Okay. We got 17 minutes 42 seconds on this one. I think it's 3 or 4 a.m. here. And yeah, I get to yap, I guess. Usually I would write, and the funny thing about writing is that it passes the time for me, but also the more I write, the more energetic I get because how it how it works is that uh, I write and I surprise myself through. Um, it's kind of weird because I remember uh, 15 sheesh, uh, 15 or 18 years ago when I first started writing. Um, it was just silence. Like I wrote, and the more I wrote, the more quiet it became. Mm. Sure, it could be a trauma response, but what kind of trauma does a 8 years old have? And it usually happens with people who are um, kind of smart or just statistically different than others. And for me, it started early on. I started writing poetry or just whatever when I was 8 years old. And I remember I wrote something when I was 9 years old that we actually sent it to me and my parents sent it to um, the radio something of the city, and it was quite interesting. But um, it's just so funny how it's changed for me. The same thing stayed the same, which is getting more peace. Not even peace, just a vacuum, sense of silence when I write. Maybe it's just because the dopamine, or I'm not gonna try intellectualize it, but um, whatever happens with the hormones or whatever, mm, it just the total alignment of who I am. So I become part of the um, actual like I said I'm not gonna intellectualize it, but space time continuum that as if nothing else, not subjectively but objectively, nothing else matters. Maybe that could be the reason that no matter how it is, when I start writing and I really, really get into it, mm, nothing else matters. So when I was 8, 10, 9, it always was like this, specifically when I would write. I wouldn't write that often that I'm writing these days because for me the gap is widening with other people. Mm, not that I'm better than other people, is that it's just like imagine there are two empty glasses and one of them is being kind of dripped in water. You literally are kind of holding source of water or whatever. It's a waterfall, let's say. Not even waterfall, but there's some leak that is making the glass have 1 drop a day. So there's a leakage that fills the glass 1 drop a day. The other glass is 5 drops a day. The longer this goes, the more the differences are gonna be. The first day, both have zero droplets in them, both glasses. The second day is one in the one of the glasses and 5 in the other glass. The second day is 2 against 10. So the divergence is gonna happen by then 10. By day 10, you have 10 and 100. It's literally 10 times. Or I said 5, right? 50, 5 times. So that's how it has been for me. Even like now, my friends are becoming more and more kind of sophisticated. Not because I cannot kind of connect with people who are just my age or normal or whatever, but the connection is just a performance. I have very good people around me who are my age or are considered the normal kind of population of the society or whatever. But it's just a performance to fit in. But when I talk to, hopefully this is not gonna be a status game. When I talk to the bestsellers or these global people, maybe it's the status effect, or maybe it's just the joy of functioning. To stay consistent with the analogy, the joy of meeting another glass who has been dripping with 4 or 5 or sometimes 10 droplets a day. I never forget the first time I was on a video call with this very good friend of mine who is literally one of my most intellectually interesting kind of friends, who's 60 something years old, globally known lawyer, whatever. I was actually not sure I would want to be on that call because funny thing is how I got on that call. I was talking to AI and I was asking, okay, this is my CV. What kind of people can I talk to? Because my professors and people around me are actually calling my thesis or my thinking overambitious, other than a couple of writers that I know. But I'm not just a writer, I'm a thinker. I want to find these kind of people. And the AI told me, hey, this is an awesome kind of whatever. And I sent my thesis to it, and then it told me, hey, this guy, send this exact email to this guy. And I was like, okay, this is gonna cost me 2 minutes of my life. And I just sent it with my CV. And this guy answers. And as soon as he answers, of course, there is hope. There is the surprise of unknown or whatever. And I just took the helm and continued my way rather than with AI. And we met up, at least online, and the rest was history, like back and forth, strengthening the relationship, and so on and so forth. But I remember when I showed up to the actual thing, I didn't see a 62 years old man. No matter how hard I tried to look, I saw two 8 years old kids gushing over geopolitics, 5 to 10 years of kind of evolution of AI, law, whatever, with someone who is literally a seat holder in the whole policy making aspect of the thing. He didn't see a 26 years old begging for validation either. It was just I don't know how to explain it, but it was just two 8 years olds fascinated to show their toys to each other. I was like, hey, I'm not gonna name him, but hey, um, let's call him John. Hey, John, um, this is my toy. This is my very cool looking robot, and he was like, yeah, look at my car. My car is like going like this way. It was just a fascination, mutual fascination of two people sharing the same toy. And it was just so fascinating to me because for the first time in my life, I was in the same frequency of someone who has their cup or their glass in the same kind of level that I have. It's not lower for me to translate myself and literally hold myself from dripping in my speed. This is an actual nice analogy to keep continuing, I guess. Or to fake my capacity because I was kind of posing up. It was just, wow, you think like this? You think my robot can shoot lasers? I didn't know my robot can shoot lasers. And I would say, oh, look at your car. Can you open the door of your kind of car? And he would say, oh, I didn't know I could actually open the car or whatever. It's literally what I can call a mutual fascination of adventuring in another's kind of mind. And after that, he's been doing everything for me because there is this kind of not even status game or courtesy or professional whatever, is that when you actually see someone with that kind of level of what I call mutual nudity, as in it's just your two kids fascinated by um, finding about not only your toys but also discovering the world around you and the toys of other kids. It's just that feeling doesn't go away. Not for me and not for him, because after that he's been introing me to 40 of his connections and even tried intro me to his country's literally government for the legal work and whatever. It just it just like that is the sense I would get from writing when I was like 8 years old or something. Because I literally have this joke that I joke with one of my friends who's a writer himself, so he literally understands to some extent. Um, that I literally say, hey, in real world, I'm kind of saddened by something. I'm kind of um I kind of have moral values, like that fucking piece of shit in Iran's kind of mm, uh, what was it? The Yeah, the program, the who was joking about thousands of people dead. I get offended by that because for me, life is just. I have a very weird kind of relationship to life because one life for me is just a universe. I cannot comprehend on the emotional level loss of a universe becoming two universes. It actually does not actually translate to me emotionally. But at the same time, I can strategically see, okay, 40,000 people, if you literally detach yourself from them in kind of a strategic play of power, because that's how the world unfortunately works, I can completely kind of turn into another person. And in my writing, at least because whatever, I get to be that. I don't get to censor myself or moralize myself because fascination of discovery and your curiosity has no bound, and you cannot put a cap on curiosity. So that's why I think the writing is just so soothing to me, because I can do everything in writing, not because sense of power, but because the sense of unlimited adventure. When I literally start writing, and this is one of the secret sauce of writing, I can make a system out of nothing. So this is the fascination of making, let's say, 500,000 words coherent world that's not gonna break, but still, I don't know what this specific piece is gonna be. In the bigger picture, I actually make it fit the bigger picture and the world building, but in the actual micro aspect of it, I actually don't. It's just like so fascinating.